What's up, everybody? F4LESS Roller here. It's been a minute since I've had time to fly birds, and I'm putting up the call kit to select through and see which ones are good. It's time to pluck some feathers on these birds. So, as you all know, I made it to the finals of the World Cup, but due to weather conditions, I was not able to fly, and the judge was stuck in Texas, so I was skipped, and I wasn't able to put up my birds in the finals. But I'm kind of going through the birds now and sorting through the birds and trying to figure out who is who. But as you can tell, I cut the feathers off my A team, or my main team, I should say. I don't really like to have like a main team, guys, because then you start focusing on one kit versus the rest of the kit. So I try not to get into that mindset. I breed birds and I fly them, and in every one of my kits there's always some superstars in there, and I don't really like put all my spinners together or not. I just fly them the way they are, and as long as they're working well together, I just kind of leave them alone. And I do switch them off every now and then to see what they could do, but it's not a must on my end. Look at that, man. These guys are working it for birds that I've been gone most of summer, and yeah, but we got in the World Cup. I'm not gonna be able to fly this year, so I'll fly next year, is what the talk is. So, the judge is home now, I believe, and they wrapped it up. So I'll fly next year. I got a spot in. How do I feel about it? I'm kind of neutral about it. It does kind of suck because, you prep up the birds, you get your birds conditioned, and this year could be totally different from next year. I could have a really bad season next year and lose everything, and not even do anything well at all. But if I do qualify again, then I get 2 kits to fly. And honestly, I don't want to fly 2 kits. So I'm gonna see if they will allow me to at least, if I qualify again next year, can I, fly the following year then, because I don't know, prepping up 2 teams for the finals is very stressful, and trying to find the time to fly 2 kits for competition is not very fun, at least for me, because I have little kids and I have a lot of kids activities going on, and I just don't feel confident that I'll be able to fly 2 kits in the finals if I make it again next year. But then there's the whole, well, then don't fly next year and then just fly in the finals. But the whole point of competition is to see who is the best to go to the finals, So it's kind of a bittersweet feeling. But nobody's to blame for it. It's an act of God. So it's a blessing in disguise. And we just have to be thankful and grateful for the opportunity. And I am grateful. I didn't expect to take first place for our region. I was very busy. I wasn't even in town. I had to have a friend fly out my kit for me. And I just kind of told him, like, hey, watch out for these two birds, like, make sure you move these two birds out, or hand toss these two and whatnot. So that's kind of how we flew this year. And he called me up and he was like, yo, you're the guy to beat now. And I'm like, what? You joking? So, out of our region, I took first place, but I didn't get a fly for the finals. But congratulations to the winner. I believe it's Rick Schoening. So congratulations, Rick. Hopefully next year, weather will be better, and the judge will be able to get out here to judge the birds. I think no matter what, I'll compete again next year. But the thing that kind of holds me back or kind of hinders me is that this year I did not breed any birds. So I will not have any replacement birds if I lose any good birds. So that's going to be the trouble that I'm going to run into. But you know what? I think blessings, like I've always said, comes from above. And I'll just continue pushing it, and I'll take whatever comes my way. And I think next year, if I start breeding again, I should be able to bounce back again. So I'm not too worried. But for competition to do well, I don't think I will do that great. I got home not too long ago, and I tried putting up the kit, and right off the bat, I lost 10 birds in 4 days. So right now, here in July, we have a really bad hunter. And if I was to find any good rolling birds, they're as good as dead, because this hunter don't really miss. So, you're going to be sacrificing the good birds if you want to fly in July here, where my location's at. So, that's why I decided to just cut all their flights to dry them out before I pluck them. A lot of people think it's cruel to do this, but to me, I think it's necessary because I like to fly birds. Look, I got home and I'm putting up the kit birds, right? Putting the kit back up. They just broke to get back together. But I'm already flying birds already. And if I didn't cut the flights off these birds, well, guess what? They'll be joining those ones up there for sure. Because I like to see the roll and I like to see the spin. So, I'm going to be putting them up. So this is more for my benefit than the birds. Because if I don't do this, I'm going to continue flying them and I'll lose them. And that's the first year I moved here. That was my mistake, was learning a new area. I started flying them in July, and I lost, maybe like a kid and a half. And I was just so busy too, that moving and building the loft, by the time I slowed down, I was like, wait a minute, where's my other kid, And then when I finally realized, oh shoot, they're getting killed, I decided not to fly them anymore, and then I was able to maintain that and rebuild off that again. So since I moved here, I haven't really got a full season of breeding where I'm actually focusing on the birds and breeding my best birds. I've just been since I moved here, what I kind of did was I was breeding from young birds. I started putting young birds in the stock loft just to try them out. So a lot of these birds are off young birds. And, I have a theory that, you don't need to breed from old birds or proven birds to have good birds. But, the reason why I started doing that experiment too was I wanted to see if anything was to happen to my original breeders, am I able to bounce back? And, it's good to see that I am able to bounce back. I've bred from some of my kit birds, and the babies that I'm flying out of them have been really good as well. Will I move away from my original stock? No, I don't think I will, because my original stock still produced me some really good birds. And I'm not saying that my young bird isn't producing me any good birds, but I kind of know my breeders, what they'll throw out versus, my young birds. I just wanted to experiment to see how they do. So since I moved here 3 years ago, I just kind of play around with breeding from young birds. But I'm gonna go back to my original birds here pretty soon, and I think being able to qualify like this, and I don't even feel like I'm pushing the best potential of my birds yet. Like I kind of feel like, oh, these are just leftover birds, and I've already been doing pretty good with leftover birds. And I haven't even put in my opinion, I haven't even put my best producers down yet together. So I think next year I'm going to put all my best producers together and hopefully fly a kit like I did in 2018. I think my 2018 team was, in my opinion, a lot better as far as depth, frequency. But like I said, I moved, and after that the Falcons moved in and they wiped me out. So I had to restart again, and I kind of feel like my original birds are good enough where I don't need to feel the need to stock young birds yet. But in case any one of them does go dud, at least I'll have some backup. But it is what it is, guys. You can't control Mother Nature. Sometimes that's just how it works. It is. I'm a little bummed out about it because I think my birds could have done pretty well. But I mean, it is what it is. Not only that, but you got other factors coming into play where I don't think this year my birds are anywhere close to what they were doing last year. I think my birds are just kind of like a third of the way there only when I qualified. Because last year, 2025, I was pushing to win, and I feel like my team was a lot more active. For sure, more breaks last year because I was pushing for it. But this year, I've been so busy, I just kind of entered 2 kits, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to fly 2 kits just because, I just didn't have the time to. But, it kind of turned out in my favor, I guess. I don't know what happened, but I took first for the region, and I didn't feel like I put much effort into it. But I guess the birds did me proud. The guys that came and judged seemed to really enjoy the birds that I had, and that's good to hear, because honestly, I don't really care if I win or lose. But what I do care about is that if somebody come visit me, they're gonna be like, yo, I want to go visit him again. I don't care, they don't have to want my birds, but at least they know, hey, if I'm in town, I gotta visit this guy again, because he put up some birds and it was fun no matter what. And to me, that's what matters more than winning. So yeah, I'm just kind of happy with that result. To hear good news about how the birds did really motivated me again, because I was kind of feeling a little bored because I haven't had the time to fly them the way I wanted to. So the boys are back. But yeah, I'm kind of going through these birds, trying to see which one's rolling. There's 2 that's really deep in this kit, and I need to figure out which one it is so I could cut their flights and put them away. But like I said, you know, I was getting a little bored because I haven't had the time to fly in properly, so I was kind of iffy about it. But it seems like, you know, things are finally going my way. So I just didn't really push for it this year like I did last year. So I guess I just don't feel as proud this year, even though I took first. I don't feel as accomplished because I just feel like the birds lacked airtime. But, you know, they did the job, so that's all that really mattered. Here's some of my flying orientals. And this year I bred some good flying orientals. And I am enjoying the way they fly. I am enjoying the way they are doing everything so far. So I will continue that. I'm done breeding. I only did 2 rounds. Lost a few because the hawk was hunting hard. Like I said, I lost 10 from this kit, and I saw 6 of them get grabbed. So goes to tell you right now is a kill zone here. The other 4, I'm pretty sure they got grabbed too. I just was not outside because they were freaked out and they wouldn't come in. So I went inside to get food for the kids, and next thing you know, I come back out. One's missing. Next thing you know, I come back out again. Another one's missing. And these guys are already homed. So I know for a fact either they're hidden somewhere real well or they're dead. So it is what it is. It's part of the hobby. You can't just stop flying. And with this breed, I'm trying to build an evaders team. And these birds are strong flying. I love the way that they want to fly and they want to continue flying. It really motivates me to continue pushing them. So I'm hoping, you know, in the next 4 or 5 years here, I'll have some, I don't know, maybe 15 of them that are really good, and I could just breed them and fly them and just keep it going slowly where I don't need to keep breeding them. I'll just continue flying them for, you know, 5-10 years. But we will see how it goes. But yeah, guys, you know, it's been a while since I did a video, so I just thought I'd do a quick video real quick here just to show everybody what's going on. This team was actually breaking pretty good for call birds. Dang it. So how the hell am I gonna be going through these guys? I'm almost tempted to just cut all their flights. But there's 2 of them that are really standing out for me, and I have to figure which one they are. But I don't have the time to do it, so I don't know. I might just end up just cutting all their flights. But we'll see. Maybe I could pick 2 more and I'll see. I don't know. Some of them are young still, so I gotta give them time. I just gotta go through them. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a quick video. It's been a while since I made a video or post up. So alright guys, that's the update so far. Congratulations to the World Cup winner Rick Shoney for 2026. I got in, was not able to fly due to weather conditions and delayed flights. So hopefully next year, you know, we can qualify again. I got a spot in already, but I want to qualify in again, you know. To me, that's the fun part. Getting a ticket, a free pass in doesn't really do justice for me, but at the same time, I'm not going to let that go either. So I guess I'll push again next year, but yeah, good luck to everybody. Have fun. Remember to have fun. If I sound tired, I am tired. I've been away. I've been away driving around all over the states, and I'm pretty exhausted. But, you know, we've been having fun with the family and kids while they're on summer break. So that's all that really matters. The birds are a little bit, neglected from flying. So hopefully I can find time to connect all the birds and connect all the dots and get them all back in condition. But yeah, guys, F4LESS Roller, we out.